Hello, students. Welcome to another virtual career talks with me, Andrew Soliz from the Career Services Center at Mission College. In today's event, we have HSBC Bank, we have Quentin, Wong, and Barth Frank. Barth is coming all the way from New York for you guys, so that's really cool that he's making time out to come all the way across the coast to talk to you guys. And then also we have Chelsie from NorCal Ambulance. That's really looking forward to connecting with you guys for some great positions that she's going to talk a little bit about it. I am going to switch it over to the employers real quick. So if Quentin and Barth want to introduce themselves, and then we'll let Chelsie introduce herself, and then we can get going with the presentations. Thank you.
Sure, I'll let Quentin introduce himself first.
Hey guys, good afternoon everyone. Happy Friday. My name is Quentin Wong, and I'm a senior branch manager at the downtown San Jose branch.
Yes, my name is Barth Frank. I'm the senior manager of the graduate development program at HSBC. I've been with HSBC 20 years this June.
Hi, my name is Chelsie. I'm the recruiter with NorCal Ambulance. I've been with the company about 1.5 years now, and I look forward to talking to you all shortly.
Thank you, employers. Please keep your mics and cameras off. We are recording. If you guys need any accommodations, message me directly in the chat, and I can give you some links and connect you with some of my colleagues. Please be respectful in your comments and make sure that they're on point. As the employers present, please keep those questions in the chat, and we're going to come back to those at the end of the session for our group Q&A. And if you guys have to leave early, which we really want you guys to stay on the call so you guys can get all the valuable information and live interaction with the employers, we will be posting this to our Career Services Center YouTube channel, and we'll make sure to add all the links that the employers are okay with me sharing for you guys to get connected with some of the great jobs that you're going to hear about today. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Quentin and Barth from HSBC Bank.
Yeah, so I'll start, right? And I did my introduction, and I know many of you on the call have various majors, right? So I wanted to talk to you about HSBC Bank, right? And the various avenues you can take within financial services, including the roles in the branch network that Quentin will touch upon as well when it's his turn to talk. So over the last year, right, many things have happened that have transformed the world, including financial services. Financial services will probably be changed forever, right, due to COVID. And many of the changes that were planned, to come 3, 4, 5 years from now, especially with technology, right, and digital capability, right, were pushed to the forefront this year in order for everybody, right, around the globe to continue to do business. So let's look at 2008. Now, you might have learned this in school or read about it, right? You guys were probably in your elementary or middle school years. We had what was called, right, the Great Recession. And a lot of the blame, right, landed with the banks because they didn't have the right controls in place in order to avoid that. That being said, this time around, right, the banks delivered. And they delivered in a very noble way, including working with the government, right, in extending loans to small businesses, right, so they could remain afloat, right, around the nation and around the globe, right, to get us through COVID. So the bank learned a lot in 2008, and we shined in 2020. And that just doesn't go for HSBC, that goes for many banks, financial services firms, right, brokerage firms all over the world and the country. So let's talk about HSBC. HSBC is the 10th largest bank in the United States, right, and we're the 2nd largest bank globally. We were founded in 1865 as a charter bank, right, that started to fund trade between Europe and Hong Kong, hence the name Hong Kong Shanghai Bank Corporation, if you didn't know what HSBC stands for. Our symbol, right, our trademark is actually on the money in Hong Kong. That's how important we are to trade and international finance between Asia, Europe, and North America. Now, within my role, right, I touch 4 business lines. There's private bank, global banking and markets, commercial bank, and then personal and wealth banking. And I oversee our 2-year rotational program in New York, right, where you go through various rotation, right, and experience, right, many different avenues as far as where you could take your career. We have opportunities in the branch network as well, too, right? So what I would want is you guys to look at those opportunities, right, as they come about. And Quentin will touch upon it because he is in one of those roles coming out of school, Premier Relationship Manager, right? So he oversees a portfolio of affluent customers. And he services their needs from their checking, their savings, their brokerage, their mortgage, credit cards, right, and digital banking. So that's definitely an avenue we'll take. Andrew knows we cascade those important roles in Northern California in our branch network to the students, right? And you guys can go in, create your talent profile, and apply to those roles. So before we get to Q&A, I'm going to pass it back to Quentin, right? He'll talk to you about his role and his path to HSBC.
Thank you, Barth. Thank you for the kind introduction. Like most of you, I graduated in Chelsie State. I want to talk in details about different positions in retail banking with my own experience. I joined the bank back in 2009 and started out as a teller. As a teller, they are the first point of contact where you can learn how the bank industry is like and how to compliance with federal regulation. Then, as you have the foundation, you get to engage more with clients and generate meaningful conversations. The company also sponsors licensing for those who are passionate what they do. With investment licenses, you can become a relationship manager and manage a portfolio of high net worth clients. You can teach clients how to diversify their funds or title their assets. My current position is a branch manager at a new build downtown Soliz location. There are 3 things I focus on: manage a team of professionals and also ensure the branch is in compliance. Second is digital transformation. We implement and promote digital capability. Third, I focus on is networking with internal and external departments. For example, we educate, oversee HSBC, our US capabilities, and also introduce ourselves to large corporations. The reason I joined HSBC and banking is because I want to help people. The company does not only care about the employees, but also value cultural differences. If you enjoy helping people or want to connect clients to international opportunities, feel free to reach out to us. Back to you, Andrew.
Thank you so much, Quentin and Barth. Again, it's great to hear your story about how you went to a local community college. My alma mater, San Jose State, which is a really great school. A lot of the students on the call, that's one of their options to transfer to. So it's nice to know that we are hiring the talent within the Bay Area. So that's really great. I'm going to turn it over to Chelsie, and then Chelsie, you should be able to share your slide, and then please, candidates, keep your questions coming in the chat. We're going to go over those at the end. Okay, thank you.
All right, I'm going to share my screen here. Can everybody see that okay? Thumbs up? Perfect. So my name is Chelsie. As I mentioned before, I am the recruiter here at NorCal Ambulance. I'm going to start a little bit about the background of the company and our values, which I think is really important when you are looking to find work within a company. NorCal started its foundation about 16 years ago with a handful of people, about 5 people started, and now we're at over 600 employees. So we are growing at a steadfast rate. We have about 10 different stations, over 100 ambulances, and as I mentioned, over 600 employees. And we're continuing to grow, which is great. Our core values, we have 5 of them that we go by. First one, our team is our priority. Second, phenomenal patient experience. 3, be the best. We definitely strive to be the best and the most innovative ambulance company that we can be. 4, safety without compromise. We do have a lot of focus on safety at this company. We want to make sure you're safe out there in the field and doing everything you can to protect yourself for your future careers. And we celebrate diversity. Everybody has a different take on things. We value opinions and different backgrounds, and everybody adds to this melting pot that we call NorCal Ambulance. It is one big family, and it's just great to be part of this team. Our station locations that I'll go over with you. We have 2 stations in Sacramento, a station in Marin, a station in Lodi and Modesto, a station in Foster City, 2 stations in Concord, a station in Dublin, and the one closest to the college here would be Santa Clara is our newest station that we've added. So the services that we provide, we do BLS backup emergency in Sacramento and San Rafael, and we're starting to get that in Santa Clara. We do mostly interfacility transfers at this time. We also have ALS. We have critical care, which is a specialty team. Critical care is 2 EMTs to 1 nurse. So it's a really great experience for those who are wanting to go into be a doctor or to be a nurse. We do wheelchair transport. We help assist with flight team transports. And we just acquired a NICU, PICU department. So we're the largest provider for NICU and PICU in Northern California. As far as equipment and uniforms, we do offer state-of-the-line equipment. A lot of our equipment is automated. We have auto loaders, auto gurneys. We care deeply about our team safety, and that's just one way that we go to protect them is by having that automated equipment. The #1 injury in EMS is back injury, so we definitely want to prevent that from happening. We also provide top-of-the-line uniforms. The brand is 511. We offer belts, boots, and uniforms, rain jackets for all employees. 511 is also a bloodborne pathogen-resistant brand, so that's just one more way that we go to add to the safety for our crew out there. As far as shifts, we are hiring part-time and full-time currently. Most of the shifts are 8 and 10 hours right now. We do have a part-time requirement, which is at least 2 shifts a week. So a lot of our students, or a lot of people that have other jobs, the minimum requirement would be at least 2 shifts a week. Full-time with our company is considered 30 hours or more a week. As far as the pay, so the pay in the Bay Area starts at $17 an hour and it goes up to $22 depending on your experience. We do offer benefits for full-time employees after your 90-day probationary period and you are working at a full-time status. We offer health, vision, dental, employee assistance program, FSA, and Legal Shield are some of the benefits that we do offer. We also offer continuing education. So if you needed to get recertified in something or get your CPR redone, we would send you to American Health Education, which is a school that we're affiliated with, and we would get you in there and get that taken care of, and the company would pay for your recertification on some things. So that's also another benefit that we offer. The interview process, I didn't put it on the slide, but I wanted to touch base on it a little bit. It is an in-person interview that we are conducting. There's a written test, much like the National Registry that you've already taken, and there is a skills assessment done in the interview process. So I like to make everybody know that you will be doing those 2 different things in the interview. So it might take about an hour of your time. To see our open positions, please go to norcalambulance.com/careers. All of our open positions are on that web page. If you have any questions, you can contact myself at jobs@norcalambulance.com or my phone number. I have written down there as well. It's 925-980-4457. I really hope to see some of your faces and talk to you soon. Thank you so much, Andrew.
Thank you, Chelsie. If you could stop sharing, we can go back in the regular session. There we go. I put the link in the chat for NorCal Ambulance, and it will be in the description box of the YouTube channel. So if you guys keep those questions coming in, Barth or Quentin, is there anything you want to add? If not, we can go right into some of the questions that we've been getting in the chat, because I know you guys might need to jump off the call for other things. And of course, Chelsie, if you have anything, let me know. We can circle back to you as well.
Okay.
Quentin, Barth, no, nothing to
No,
add.
I have nothing to add.
Okay, so we're going to switch over to a Q&A here. So this one is for HSBC Bank. So they're asking if there's any specific majors for the positions of part-time teller.
Yeah, there's no specific majors. That's considered an entry-level opportunity. And look, many of our senior leaders started as tellers, right? And have become international in their travels as leaders. So great point to start, great point to understand customers' concerns and provide them solutions. Many of our tellers have moved on to become financial advisors on the brokerage side, mortgage consultants, small business bankers, premier relationship managers, branch managers, right, like Quentin, and area managers. So it's a great stepping stone.
Yes, thank you, Bart. I remember the last time we were on the call, you were mentioning how there's leadership opportunities within HSBC Bank once you start at that position, correct?
Correct. You could join our employee resource groups in leadership capacity. You could help with customer service and digital components of customer service, being a champion in the branches, which broadens your network, right, and your skills and knowledge.
Okay, we as you were talking, Barth, there were more questions that for HSBC Bank. So this one I'm going to reframe it. With the pandemic, is that the candidate wants to know what are the ratio of remote positions versus in-person positions for the bank tellers?
For bank tellers, most of our branches, the bank tellers were soon in the branches on limited hours, right? Depending on, where the branch was located, whether it be California, New York, Florida, and local regulations during COVID. We are now back fully operable, right? Where tellers are live, right, in the branches. Remote work, right, if you're a project manager or an operations person, obviously what we've learned through COVID, that those people can operate in a remote world if they need be. But futuristically, I would see most of the roles that are back office or center office operating in a hybrid world, which I'm sure many of you read as you enter the workforce, is going to be no matter what the industry is. You might work at home a couple of days, right, if you're in a back office or center office role. But if you're in a front office role, you'll still be able to use technology to face off against customers or go into an office or a branch if that's what you're looking to do.
And Barth, this is something that I've been getting a lot of questions from students. Even if they are in person, your organization is following all the county guidelines when it comes to the pandemic, correct?
Correct. Globally, remember, it's a global pandemic. HSBC's in 65 countries. So we have to abide by what the government's telling us to do.
Thank you, Barth. Yes, I wanted to also mention that candidates that HSBC Bank, any big country you can think of, HSBC Bank is there. I've noticed I watched some spy movies and I see HSBC Bank be the spy, the choice bank for spies. I see it in a lot of the spy movies. But yeah, great organization, and it is global. So for those of you guys that maybe don't necessarily, even with the current state, I'm pretty sure they could still find you opportunities abroad. And maybe if you want to touch on that, Barth, how that's working out in the current situation.
You mean as far as career opportunities?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, people still are applying to roles. Let's say you work in New York and there's a role that opened up in London and you want to move there. People are still applying to those roles, right? With the hope that post-COVID, they'll be able to experience those countries, those cities that they might be based in if they do get the job.
Thank you.
HSBC promotes international mobility, right? both in a pre-COVID and a post-COVID world as far as career opportunity, experience, and progression.
Yes, and I wanted to say that things are looking better, especially in the Santa Clara County area. So hopefully everything gets up and running. And I know that you guys have a great new facility in the Santa Clara Square that's really close to Mission College. And hopefully we give you some great candidates from this call to fill those opportunities that you might have at that location, as well as San Jose.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it.
Okay, we had a few more questions. Is there an age gap to, or is there an age requirement to apply to the teller or customer service positions in the bank?
At least 18 for teller. You do not need a associate's or undergraduate degree. Many of our tellers go to school at night or part-time during the day, during the week, and they've started their career already with HSBC working as a teller or customer service representative.
Okay, and then this falls into the next question that candidate have about the what type of experience does HSBC Bank look for in a new candidate?
Well, it would depend on the role, right? Obviously, in the branch network, as the demographics change in the United States, our branch footprint is what we call international cosmocratic. You're not going to find 5,000 branches like some of our competitors. We're strategically located in international cities that are internationally connected, right? Both on the West Coast and East Coast. So we have branches from Los Angeles all the way up to Vancouver, right? And on the East Coast, we have all the branches all the way from Toronto down to Miami, right? So if you wanted to go into the network, right, work, right, and then choose the direction you want to go in, whether that's as you go to school at the entry level point, right, or afterwards, right, come in after you graduate, let's say as a personal banker, if you have retail experience, you could then decide, do you want to become a business banker? Do you want to go into the mortgage consultant role? Or do you want to go to the brokerage side and advise customers on stocks, bonds, mutual funds, asset allocation, and insurance?
Wonderful. Thank you, Bart. That's a lot of great information. I think that candidate was focused on the teller role, but I think you covered that. And Quentin gave me a list of some of your roles, and I'm pretty sure that they have detailed job descriptions that they can look over on some of the other qualifications for those roles.
Yep. And we'll cascade those to you, Andrew, like we always do.
Of course, yes. And a lot of the positions are posted on College Central Network. Also, NorCal Ambulance's positions are posted on College Central Network. You guys make sure that you guys register on that. All you need is your student ID number, and you guys can get access to all those great positions, and you get to talk to them here in person. So that's a pretty good deal. Another question that came out for both employers, and then I think we'll start with Chelsie this time, was is there a specific link? I know you put one in the chat, but they were asking for their resume. Is there a specific location that you would want them to send the resume over to you?
Yeah, so Andrew, I'll share that with you. We're going to have recruitment create a special talent profile link. Okay, and we'll send it to you, and then you can cascade it to everybody who's on the call.
Sure. Okay.
Along with the requisitions that they can apply to directly.
Okay. Thank you, Barth.
And therefore, you're in the profile bank, right? So our recruitment team could reach out to you as opportunities come about in the network futuristically.
Of course. Of course. Yeah, we've been really good about posting those positions on College Central Network. But I was going to switch to Chelsie, Barth, if there's a link that she wants to talk about.
The link would just be the one that I have posted, the careers, norcalambulance.com/careers. We do prefer that people do the application process. People are very more than welcome to send me a resume at jobs@norcalambulance.com as well, and I can kind of do a pre-screen, but ultimately we would want them to start the application process through our website.
Oh, okay, good. And then another question came up is that are you also open to students for candidates that are outside the college the college spectrum? Like I said, these might be working professionals that already have the degree and they're looking to get in. Barth, I don't know if you want to answer that first, and then we can switch over to Chelsie.
I'll let Chelsie take it first.
Oh, thank you so much. So there are a lot of certifications that come with being an EMT. So I know a lot of these folks still might be in the EMT program and will be finishing up at the end of the semester. I don't know if there's accelerated programs that they're in, but yes, it doesn't, you don't have to be college. Like I said, we also offer full-time for folks. So if that's something that people are interested in, we also have those opportunities. With us, you have to be at least 18 years of age to apply. And that's about it as far as age requirements and kind of what we're looking for.
Thank you, Chelsie.
Mhm.
Barth?
He's on mute.
Oh, okay. I didn't mute you, Barth.
Yeah, the branch network roles, right, we're open-minded to all individuals, right? I will say that the retail banking experience or any retail industry experience helps you with the personal banker roles, right? That'd be the role next after the teller roles.
Okay, and another question was about the location. I know you mentioned, Barth, that you guys are a global company. So for those candidates that don't necessarily live in the Santa Clara area, I'm pretty sure HBC Bank would be able to accommodate you based on what their openings are. But Chelsie, can you answer that question about location wise?
Sure. So let me go back to my sheet here. So we have locations in the following areas. We have 2 stations in Sacramento, a station in Marin, Lodi, and Modesto. We have a station in Foster City and Santa Clara. So those would be the 2 closest to the college. We also have East Bay stations in Concord and Dublin.
So those are wide range positions. I wanted to mention to employers that we do have some candidates that are not necessarily Mission College students. We have some from our partner college at Ohlone that they're on the call as well. So they're also looking for opportunities near where they live. So that's where that question came from. But both employers, it sounds like you guys have a lot of positions regardless of where they're located at, especially in the international spectrum. That's awesome for HSBC Bank. And in NorCal Fire, I'm finding out a lot of interesting information that you guys are kind of in a lot of good locations.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I was going to ask a few more, and then if we don't have any other further questions from the candidates, I was going to end the session unless, like I said, the employers have any other things they want to share. But I just have a few more questions, and these are questions that we've got in past events. So they're not from candidates, but they're general ones that usually the candidates ask at these events, and I thought it'd be good that we get it documented from your guys' words, not from me telling them, but from the employers themselves. So I wanted to ask, and we'll start with Chelsie if that's okay. What is unique about your industry organization or your office that you work at?
So I actually work in Livermore. It's not a station, but it is our headquarters. And I have to say, what's unique about this company is it is one big family. We're very supportive of each other. We're here to help one another out. We're advocates for each other. Even with a company as large as ours, I see the owners on a daily basis. They're very present in the company, and you don't really see that with companies our size. So I think that's what makes us very unique.
Okay, good. Barth, did you or Quentin?
I'll let Quentin take that one.
Well, I'm at downtown San Jose, and I love this location because of the Google Village and the upcoming Barth station. So, like Barth said, all the location HSBC is a lot of them is handpicked. So we purposely selected a location on purpose, and a lot of them a lot of them has international exposures. So if you like international clients or basically on something that you felt like you want to engage with a growing market, I really think HSBC is a good bank to join.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I'd say the international connectivity of HSBC, right? 65 countries, right? Many different languages and cultures make it a very interesting place to work.
And going off of that, another question would be, how did you guys get into your organization? Barth, do you want to jump in there?
Yeah, I mean, 1994, upon graduating college, right? There was a recession, it was a very tough job market. So I wanted to face off against customers, advise them, because in my first half of my career, I was an advisor. So I learned from cold calling, right, how to work with customers, and then gain product knowledge from some of the senior advisors as I worked through that, eventually having my own portfolio of customers. And from there, I branched off and networked with different people. I always liked being a leader of people. So then I went to the bank side halfway through my career to manage branches. Then I managed 4 boroughs out of the 5 boroughs of New York City. And then I was asked to revamp the graduate program a few years ago.
Okay. And I know you talked a little bit about your background, Quentin. Is there anything you want to add to that about how you got into banking?
I actually was looking into joining a nonprofit because I want to help people. And then I realized working for a bank, I can help a lot of people. And my family, a lot of them, they're engineers, they're doctors, but none of them, they're in banking or finance. So that's really the reason why I joined banking. And I did not regret it. It's a really fun industry. You get to learn a lot from your clients, and a lot of clients, they might become your friends. It's a fun industry to be in.
Yeah, speaking for myself, which I won't go into my story, but I got into education to help people as well. A lot of people think because I deal with jobs and internships that I work on commissions. I don't. And it's all about just seeing their smiling faces and connecting them with great employers. So similar to Quentin, I got into this to help people. It is good that they pay me to pay the bills, but mostly it's mostly just to help our community as well as help our students. Chelsie, do you want to tell a little bit about your story?
So I have a background, my degree is in human development, which is pretty interdisciplinary, and it's allowed me to really use it in human resources. For me, just graduating college in 07, right before the recession, it was really important to find stability and HR. Every company needs HR. And recruiting, I'm a very personable person. I'm outgoing. I like outreach. I like to not sit behind the desk all the time. So by being a recruiter, I am able to get out and kind of meet people. And also I do offers for our company. So I also make people very happy. It's always nice when you get a call that you got a job that you really wanted. So I really enjoy doing that aspect of my job as well.
Wonderful. I'm clapping because we have Barth on camera now. So that's great. We get to hear him and we get to see him now. Wonderful. Thank you, Barth, for getting your camera up so all the candidates can see your smiling face. That's wonderful. And candidates, you see how the employers, their goal is not just to get you into the company, but make you part of their community and make you part of the company culture. To not only utilize what you're learning in school, but also to help you achieve what your goals are, as well as professionally, if you have aspirations for getting connected with their companies. We had another question come in. This one's toward Quentin. They want to ask, how do we exactly apply for the position, the teller position at the HSBC Bank branch in San Jose?
So the San Jose, basically not every branch has a teller position open, but I believe there is a couple of them in the Bay Area. At this current branch, we don't have an opening, but I think, but we will send a list of links to Andrew, and Andrew can forward it out. I think the link also include the hiring manager. You just have to go to the HR, and they will basically just reach out to you. Usually it takes maybe a week. Barth, maybe no more. Usually how long it takes for us to reach out to a candidate?
Yeah, within a week, right? You should hear, but we're going to send the talent profile link.
Yeah, so as soon as you guys give me that, I will send it to every candidate because we've been getting questions. We already had 2 questions back to back about where do they apply to a position. So for those candidates that aren't a Mission College student, because if you're a Mission College student, get into College Central Network. HBC Bank's positions are in there. NorCal Ambulance positions are in there. And a lot of them, they give you the exact link where they want you to pick your profile up and your resume. If, like I said, for any reason you guys can't get in there, talk to me. But Barth and Quentin are phenomenal. They already gave me links to all the postings that they have available. I'm going to bring that up, and as we're still going on in the session, I'm going to post those in the chat. But definitely work with me. I'll make sure you connect with both of these phenomenal employers. And you got Barth Frank, that's the high up. You have him on the call right now, so that's really good that you guys get all that insight from. He's one of the greats at HSBC Bank, and you guys get to talk to him here in this session. So we're gonna ask a few more questions, and please, like I said, oh, we do. Okay. So this is for HSBC Bank. So do they have to be a student to apply for HSBC Bank? Or I think we kind of covered this, but if you guys could reiterate that to be part of the HSBC family, do they necessarily need to be a student, or they could just be off the street?
Yeah, so you could apply whether you have an undergraduate degree, associate's degree, or not to the teller position.
Okay, thank you. I think that answers their question. For employers, so you know that with the community college, we work with the community as well as our matriculated students. So when we do our events, we get both community as well as students from UCs, CSUs, and our own Mission College. So that's why a lot of our candidates might be asking for those particular questions.
Yeah, you guys could always email me, Barth, BARTH.Frank, FRANK, at us.hsbc.com if you have any further interest in the network roles.
Thank you, Barth. It's good to know. So you heard that, folks, that he gave me his email. So you can email him if you have specific questions. I mean, that a lot of times you don't get that email. You get an email that leads you to their database where you guys put the information in. So that's really, thank you for Barth for doing that. It shows a lot of care. I'm just going to ask a few more questions, and then if we don't have any other questions, we will end the session. So what do you look for in a candidate? And we'll start with Chelsie, if you can.
So it's really important that we have reliable people, punctual people. Shifts start at a certain time, and you might have a call right when you get there. So we really expect people to be prompt and timely. We look for enthusiasm, people who are enthusiastic about their job and enjoy coming to work every day. We look for go-getters, people who are willing to kind of go the extra mile if they need to for patient care. Whatever it takes to make that patient happy during the time you're with them, that's really important to us. And we're also looking for people that can, follow safety precautions and safety guidelines as well as best they can in what we're in right now. So those are like the main ideas that we're looking for.
Thank you, Chelsie. Barth or Quentin?
Yeah, I would say flexibility, dependability, open-mindedness, and always think 2 steps ahead. And please, any job or role you get, provide your opinions and ideas, right? People like to hear that you're engaged in that way.
Wonderful. Yeah, and I think a lot of those skills you guys could learn. If you guys ever get a chance to work on campus, that's a great way to get some skills. So always look out for those positions. You guys get some transferable skills. And of course, you heard it from both employers: dependability, customer service, friendliness, and always adaptability. That's what's going to make you 2 steps ahead, like Barth was saying, with the industry. What they need you to do this, do this. If they need you to be flexible to work a shift or so forth. So definitely try to build on those skills. Definitely work with me, and I'll definitely help coach you on that, help you with your job search, and help you keep connecting with these awesome employers. I don't see any other questions in the chat. I'm going to end the session now. Thank you, employers, for being here. Barth, thank you for making time to come on a call that's on California time. So I really appreciate it a bunch. I will make sure to give the copy of all the candidates.
Sorry about the audio problems, Andrew.
No problem. Thank you for being here. Like I said, and you even turned on your camera. So I really appreciate it. You being here means a ton for me. As I said, it's always a pleasure working with you and Quentin.
Yeah, I didn't want it to be out of sync between the BlackBerry audio and the visual.
No, actually, it looks like what you're saying is actually what we're hearing. So it's
All right,
great.
cool.
Okay, thank you guys. Thank you everybody for coming. If you guys have any other questions, you guys can email me. Oh, Chelsie, you have something to add?
Nope, I'm just waving goodbye.
Oh, okay. So this one should be uploaded soon to the Career Services Center YouTube channel. And like I said, that's on the database if you guys want to see what that looks like. The previous session we did with HSBC Bank is on there. And now we have wonderful NorCal Ambulance that's part of the YouTube channel. So
Yeah, and I wanted to say thank you to Chelsie too. She was a great partner.
Oh, you as well, Barth. You as well. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
And Quentin.
Thanks, guys. Okay, you guys have a great weekend. Thank you, Candace, for coming, and we'll have another event pretty soon. Take care.
Enjoy. Bye-bye.